Good evening, everybody. How are you all? Apologies for last Thursday. I am feeling refreshed. It's been a busy couple of days, but all good. How are you? Do give me a thumbs up. Do pop me a note in the comments so I know you were present with me. Now, first in the house tonight is Maxine. Hello, Maxine. So, what we're going to do tonight is we're going to do an impromptu make. Now, today I have uploaded some different gemstone beads, including morganite, jasper, rose quartz, aventurine, some beautiful beads. And I know from feedback before, you've said that you wanted a little bit of inspiration for your making. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. So a little bit of a sneak peek into how I design. Sometimes it doesn't always flow, but that's the beauty of jewelry making, is if it doesn't flow and you've made it, you can take it apart. You don't lose any of your beads, do you? So hello to Maxine, hello to Francis. I just wait for folk to join. We're broadcasting live across Facebook. We're broadcasting live across YouTube as well. So the good thing is that you can very easily hop back onto the live if you want to re-watch it. And it's probably a lot easier to go on my YouTube channel, which is Beads by Verchiel. But do let me know, can you hear me okay? Can you see me okay? Is all good? Right, let's have a little look at the beads I've selected tonight. So one of my favourites is morganite. I love this strand. It's very pastely. So you've got some sort of mixture of pinks, greens, sort of peachy colours. They all differ, but this strand is completely natural. There's no heat treatment or dye in this one. Hello, Lydia. Lydia says, I'm needing to kick up the bum, let alone inspiration. We all need that from time to time, Lydia. Totally get that. Handcrafted by me. Good evening. I'm sure I know who it is, but remind me of your name. Hello, Carol. Lydia says morganite is my favourite. Morganite is so beautiful. So it's a really, really good price. So anyway, I'm going to be using that strand. Now I'm sorry, because I'm using one for demo, it means I've only got one left. But I'm using these rose quartz oblongs, but I've got oblongs that have got 3 different colours as well that you can buy with I think it's cherry quartz, rose quartz and peach aventurine. So you don't have to use them together, and you don't need many for your projects either. It's Maxine. I thought I knew who it was. Hello, Maxine. Now, the other thing I'm going to be using as well is these crystal rondelles. So we've got like a coral colour and a peachy colour. Now, the other thing I might use, I'm not sure yet, is this calcite dragon. So emblem is very protective, particularly in Chinese culture. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it or not. So let's see how we go. We're going to use some sterling silver components as well. I've uploaded some sterling silver components in the group thread. I've also uploaded some clasps as well. Right, should we go on the overhead? Should we get started? Right, overhead. There we go. Right. I'm going to use a bead board. There we go. I'm just now I use this at choir concert, and I recorded it, but sorry, it's been rejigged, so you're going to see all my crap everywhere now. But hey, we all have crap everywhere, don't we? Particularly in our beading space. I don't know about you, I always start off really well, and then it kind of goes a little bit array once I've started designing, but you just have to go with whatever works for you. So I'm going to create the design so that if I do use this, I want it to be clippable, so I can attach it or take it off depending on how the mood suits me. So I'm going to just give myself a bit of inspiration for design before I start. So what I'm thinking is that I'm going to have these at the bottom, but I'm also might take out, right, let's take the Morganite out. I want the green quite close to the bottom because I want it to pick out the green of the calcite. So let's just take these out. Okie dokie. I'm also going to use, that's what I love about these bead boards. By the way, I've got absolutely loads of bead boards. I think I'll do them at some bargain prices for everybody because I've got so many of them. So before we start doing anything, threading anything, I am going to add 2 of these in the middle, like so. So basically, my pendant would clip over that, but if it doesn't clip over that, it still doesn't look out of place. Okay, I'm going to do oops. I'm going to mix in the dark and the light colours. Okay, so I think that's going to be my middle pattern. But what I might do, see, this is what you need to do, is just play around with your designs. It doesn't always come, you know, ping straight off. I don't know how it works for you. Let me know. Pop a comment. Is, you know, what do you do? What do you do to get inspiration? Do you go on people's YouTubes? Do you have a look in Pinterest? Pinterest is amazing, amazing platform. Right, I think I quite like that. And I will be sprinkling in some sterling silver, but not too many of them. Okay, and then I think what I'm going to do with my design is pick out balanced colours either side and do 2 of these afterwards. This is only rough because what you've got to remember as well is by the time these are put onto their side, it's not going to take up as much space. I think we'll go for a pink one. I'm trying to marry up the pinky colours as well. As you can see, I'm switcherooning him round. Maxine says she spends too much time on Pinterest. You can never spend too much time on Pinterest. It's just brilliant. It's often I find I don't copy the designs, but there might be just something in that design that makes me pop with ideas. Right, I thought I'd put, oh, something funny's happened on my screen. Not quite sure what that is. Let me know if you can still see me and hear me okay, if you would, because I've got a very strange... Oh, right, okay, it's my son phoning me. He wouldn't know I'm doing a live. So that's why. Sorry about that. As lovely as it is to hear from my son, not while I'm doing a live. Purpley colours. Right. Okay, so now I've kind of got the crux of my beading thread, my tiger tail. And I'm going to thread on my clasp. Now I'm going to use one of the sterling silver clasps that I've got in the group thread. So basically you've got a couple of soldered links here. It's a very easy clasp to use. Always add on an extra couple of inches either side for your work, you know, to enable you to have enough beading thread. Now, I have to confess, I have got some 925 sterling silver beads from Jewelry Maker. Obviously, I won't be selling these. You can buy these from Jewelry Maker if there's any left. 2 mils. And I actually use them, although they're spacer beads, I actually use them as crimp beads. And they're sterling silver, cheaper than buying crimp beads. Right, so I've got my crimp bead on. I'm going to go through one of the soldered rings. Hello, Carrie. Thank you for joining. Oh, just to let you all know, I don't know how many of you might be thinking about going to the Creative Bead Show this week, but I'm going to be there with Jewelry Maker on Friday. I'm going to be demonstrating on Friday. So I am really, really excited about that. Never done anything like it before and very much looking forward to it. Right. So I'm going to make use of these spacer beads. It's got 2 different colours. Now, just remember that you're not going to see a great deal at the back. So you could always fill the back with your, you know, your cheaper beads, so to speak. Carrie said I had trouble finding you. I'm sorry about that, Carrie. But glad you're here. Now I'm going to trim that off, that tail. And what I'm going to do as I'm going is put to one side the matching bead for the other side. And every couple of beads, I'm going to add a sterling silver spacer in there as well. So I would imagine most of you are going to be quite familiar with technique on this. Now, I've taken one off because I don't like having 2 in between, because I think it basically doesn't make it flow quite so well. So I'm going to have one in between and I'm going to alternate the colours of the different beads. I'm going to put that one to one side and then I'm going to put one of the lighter crystals in between. Now, as you probably have heard, sterling silver prices have gone up so considerably. I don't know what it's down to now, but it was about 160% up on top of what it was last year, which means that you're not going to be getting as much for your money with sterling silver because it's so expensive. Even Pandora have announced that they are going to be doing base metal from April. I think they'll be phasing out all of their sterling silver stocks. That's how much of an impact on the market it's actually had. So my point being is more and more people are going to find that it's more cost efficient for you to add gemstones and crystals as spacers rather than using your sterling silver. Having said that, though, I've got some very, very reasonable sterling silver components in the group thread. And I bought them all before the price hike. So I don't even know if I can replace them for the amount that I'm selling them at. I haven't checked. Right, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, in fact, let's take that one off. I just love these colours. So this is morganite. Morganite is part of the beryl family. So with the beryl family, you've got rose quartz, you've got aquamarine in there. I'm just trying to think what others, I'll have to look it up in a moment. But it's beautiful. Okay, so I'm just creating little accents in the pattern. And like I say, I'm just going to see as we go. So I'm going to make this an 18-inch. Let's just bring that to one side. So I've just put that at the top there. And let me see. I'm loving the greens. I wish I had a few more greens in this. But when you're designing do make use of your bead board because it's such a good tool. And I think sometimes you just have to thread on your beads, okay, just to see whether or not you're getting the look that you want. And if you don't, you just go back to the drawing board and start again. You've lost nothing. Right, so with every 3, I'm going to add in a sterling silver spacer bead because it's just going to add a little bit more depth to it. 1, 2, 3. But do let me know if you've got any questions or if you've got any tips that you want to share with people. Perhaps they're tips that other people have given to you about how to design. Carrie's asking me when the next auction is. Apologies, I've been meaning to put it up. The next auction, all being well, providing the stock arrives in time, will be the 20th of March. And I've got lots of goodies. I ordered it a few days ago. We've got lots of new stuff again, so I'm very much looking forward to sharing that with you. So I will put that up in the group thread shortly. So probably tomorrow or the day after. One, 2, 3. So it's not particularly exciting for you to watch, but I'm hoping in doing this, it might give you a little bit of inspiration. Now I'm going to take some of these off and then we're going to repeat the other side. And I think, as I mentioned to some of you before, I'm hoping to add in a gemstone pendant as well. Right, what colour should we go for next? I love the fact that we've got loads of little sort of peachy colours in this. It's a really, really gorgeous. One. So what are you all working on at the moment? Do pop me a note in the comments. Have you lost your mojo? Any mojo losses? And if you've got any tips for people that have lost their mojo, mine would be to have a look through Pinterest, have a look through YouTube, have a look through some of my tutorials on YouTube. I've got about 180 now, I think. Likewise, Jewelry Maker that I work for, they've got a wonderful array of videos that you can watch as well. So we've just got to the halfway point, and then we're going to repeat this the other side. But more and more, I must admit, I do like using sterling silver components, particularly if I'm using gemstone beads. So if you missed it, the beads that I'm using here are morganite, part of the beryl family. And this is natural rose quartz. I do love rose quartz. So rose quartz is your sort of stone of love, sort of a very peaceful, very gentle stone. Hello, Sue. Do not worry. It's no problem. Now I've just put the wrong colour there. No, I haven't. That's the right colour. So just going back up the other side. So just to reiterate is that the middle bit here, I've made so that you can wear it on its own, or if we decide to put in our pendant, you can also wear it with your pendant. Now I'm going to pop the pendant in it, which will be detachable, which I like with a lot of my jewellery, to be honest, because I don't know about you. Sometimes I think, oh, I want a pendant, and other days I think, oh no, I just want to keep it simple. So Sue says, sorry I'm late. I think I just mentioned that, sorry. Welcome, Sue. It's lovely to have you join. Carrie said, lost my mojo, but it's slowly coming back, doing a spiral for my little fox. Oh, lovely. And Sue says, still needs to find her mojo. It's sometimes you do need to have a break. You know, sometimes you have to kind of down tools, don't you, and wait for it to come back. And other times you can just hop on over to watch on YouTube, look on Pinterest, and something just piques your interest and you think, you know, oh, I'm going to give that a go. Now, it doesn't look the best of colours on this grey board. What I might do now is just switch it over to my beading mat. Right. See, you can see the colours a lot better now, can't you? So I'm just mirroring what I've got this side. So where are we? We're on that one there, and then we want another little peachy colour. So I must admit, I am really, really looking forward to being at the NEC on Friday. I've never demonstrated there before, and I'm going to be doing 2 demonstrations. I know one's at 10:30. I can't remember when the second one is. I think it's 12:30. Not sure. But anyway, I need to look at my agenda. But I'm also looking forward to meeting other people as well, because there'll be other people from the Gemporia group. I have a feeling I might be working with our lovely Hayley that I used to work with years ago that now works on Hobby Maker. Because of course we're all part of the same group, which is when I work for Jewelry Maker, which is of course the Gemporia group. I have to stop watching. It cost me a flipping fortune. My supply beads. Right, so as you can see, I've added some sterling silver components in the group thread. I also think if you're working with sterling silver with your items, you know, with your beads, you can charge so much more for them than you could if it was just for base metal. But, you know, I suppose it just depends on what your customer base want. You say that you're going to ban yourself. Well, I know when I went on the other day with Steph, we both said at the start, no, we're not buying today. We're not buying today. And Steph bought within 15 minutes of the start of the show. Oh, I'm liking that. Right. Okay. Some beautiful, beautiful colours. So we've got a soft green in there. We've got the rose quartz. We've got peachy colours. You've almost got like these purpley colours in there as well. So what we're going to do is pop a crimp bead on there. I'm just going to cut my tiger tail down as well. So we're going to go through, oh, now where's my other jump ring gone? Oh, there it is. So with these clasps, you've got 2 soldered jump rings on there, and they're soft enough for you to close up the S clasp if you need to. So I'm going to go back down there. Now, when you're getting the tension right on this, is just have a look all the way around. So as you can see, this bit's come out. So you won't want to crimp that there because you'll have a wide gap. Just have a quick stock check at that, and then we're going to squeeze this. Okay, so you could always pop on some crimp covers if you want to. We're just going to close this up, or cut this off, not close it up. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the Morganite as well. Hi, Kim. She's just nipping in to say hi as she's at James. Oh, it's lovely to see you, Kim. Lovely to see you join. Right, okay. I'm hoping I'm not going to mess anything up by just having a quick look on right, where's my little Morganite is bear with. And then we're going to have a look at adding our pendant in there as well. So Morganite is basically a pink to peach variety of beryl, which is the same family as your emerald and your aquamarine. So when you've got the soft blushes of colour, it comes from traces of manganese within the crystal. So you can have like your violet pink, like this one here. You've got your peachy colours, you've got your pale pink. So a lot of them come from Brazil, Madagascar, etc. It's a relatively new gemstone. It was only discovered in 1910. And actually, I didn't realise this until I'm just looking up now, is the morganite was actually founded by Tiffany's own mineralogist, George Kunz. So this was really launched by Tiffany and Co. So I think you'll probably find that Tiffany and Co. probably still support and sell your morganite as well. So it's a stone of divine love. It's a heart healer. So it's good for the heart chakra balancing, compassion, and empathy, forgiveness as well. Very calming stone as well. So let me just see if there's anything else. Right, let me come back to you all. There we go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have a little look at how I'm going to incorporate this. Now, I might try something a little bit different. I'm just wondering whether or not we can actually put it on tiger tail or hand stitch it. I'm not sure. What I want to test first of all is that one of these little sterling silver, there we go. So we've got a sterling silver clip-on that will clip in the middle there. Now, I don't think I'm going to need the jump ring in the middle, otherwise it's not going to sit properly. So let's just take that off. I'm hoping it's not a soldered ring. I think it is. Which is a real shame to be wasting a soldered ring. Let me just see if I've got any others. There we go. I'll put some of these up in the group thread, the sterling silver ones. Now, I'm just going to try something out, something quick. I'm going to see whether or not we can actually use tiger tail for this. Now, I'm just going to use one of these bead stoppers. And I am going to use the darker peachy colour. But you've still got, let me show you how many you've got left. So from that necklace, so I only used 4 of the rose quartz, and I've still got enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, still got 18, 19, 20, 21 morganites left from that 15-inch strand. So you've got plenty there. Now, let's add in some of these. Now, just for a bit of variety, what have I done with those? We're going to add in some of these bead spacers. Not quite sure how big the loop's going to have to be. So this is very much see how we go. I'm going to pop that through the loop. Right, now I need to take that off. I'm going to add 4. Go through the clasp. But does anybody have any questions? Is anybody seeing any different type of jewellery making in this? Anything that you think, oh, I can make that with this? I'm going to try adding a silver one on here. Now, I'm going to take that off because just having a wee thought is that I'd like the crimp bead to be at the back. So I'm going to add a crimp bead on that I can use in a bit. Go back through. Do you know, sometimes it's a little bit more nerve-wracking actually doing an impromptu make because, you know, it's not planned. It's, whoops. And I think I need to go back out because I think I've got it back to front. That's it. We don't want it backwards, do we? So my crimp beads at the back. I'm going to add the silver bead at the front. And then I'm going to aim to go all the way back round. Now, if it works, we'll do a quick recap. And I think what I'll do is I'll just detach this from the necklace because it will make it a little bit easier for me to manoeuvre. I do love these carvings. They're so beautiful. So beautiful. In fact, I think I've got one for sale with Morganite in my folksy shop. So do have a look because, you know, these, I'm not selling these certainly at the same price that you can make them for. And it'll just give you an idea as to, you know, what sort of things you could sell these for as well. Right. Get in there. Sounds like I'm telling it to get in there, but I'm saying I'm getting there. Okay, make sure you tighten these up before you crimp. That's quite sweet. And just crisscrossing those over. It's a little bit fiddly, but we're getting there. Not sure whether that will go back through the crimp bead, but we don't necessarily need it to. So what we're going to do now is squeeze that crimp bead at the back. That should secure all of that in place. I'll chop these bits off. Sounds painful. Okay, so let me just show you. So because you need a super duper big jump ring, I've made a loop with that you can just hook on. So just to recap, in case you couldn't see it or you got a bit bored of watching. So I've used some tiger tail. I've positioned it so the crimp bead is at the back. I've used 4 of those rondelles, gone through the lobster clasp, and I've just overlapped them both. So basically, you've got a detachable pendant with your necklace, so you can have it either or. I rather like that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab the bustier and actually show you, so hopefully you can get a clear indication of the colours as well on this. So I will just go and grab that before I come off the overhead. Right, here we go. Oh, I do like that. I do like that. Right, here we go. Let's get you in a bit closer, shall we? So we've got a detachable pendant. We've used the rose quartz oblongs. We've teamed up all the colours in the morganite, and we've used some crystal rondelles as spacers. And then at the back, we've got sterling silver. So you used all sterling silver components. Now let's try it on as well. Maxine says, that's beautiful. Thank you. Let me take the necklace off that I've got. Hey, Jan. Thank you for joining. That's given you an idea for something wonderful. And do think about having detachable components, because it really can make a difference to your jewelry, as well as if you're selling it as well, is you've got a unique selling point. The fact that you can say, well, okay, one day you can have this and the next day you can have it plain. Now, with the beads being slightly bigger, you can see that it's a bit tighter on me. I also think that maybe I've gone for a 17 rather than 18 inch. So let's also give you an up close. So there you go. Beautiful pastel colours as well. So you've got lots of symbolism in there as well. The dragon's meant to be protector, fortune as well, to bring you fortune if you're into all your healing properties. So I just wanted to sort of give you an idea, but do let me know, is this something you like, where I pick out some of the bits and pieces that I'm selling and give you some inspiration, whether it be bead weaving, bead embroidery, just general stringing. And don't ever underestimate just general stringing, because I always think that you've got to think about, if you're selling it, you want your jewelry to be wearable. So it might be, that perhaps something more intricate isn't as wearable. It's just something to think about when you're making, creating and designing. But anyway, thank you so much for your company. Whether you're with me now or if you're watching me a little bit later on, do be sure to give me a thumbs up and to drop me a comment so I know you are with me. So you can hop on over if you want to buy any of the bits and pieces that are sorry, I don't know. Oh, there we go. It is coming up. I thought my banner wasn't coming up. If you want to buy any of the products that I've used tonight, they're all available. The only things I haven't put on yet are the lobster clasps. So those will go on probably tomorrow. I'll bump up the post for these gorgeous calcite pendants as well. They are really, really beautiful, very soft, gentle, spring-like colours. So anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you ever so much. You guys take care and see you very soon.